Traders, John with Tactical Trading here for our OTC Saturday video. I do apologize that we're a day late on this one. Not too bad of a week last week. We had some strong movers, some solid setups going into next week and going into the future. So things are looking okay here in the OTC. Two of the, in fact, we'll just go with the market itself. Looks like we had almost 2.6 billion in dollar volume. Over 10 billion shares traded, and we had 2,500 advancers to almost 1,600 decliners, so not too bad. And looks like we had two major movers late in the week. We got them here in the most active, BNOW and MSTO. We'll take a look at BNOW. Boone Industries had a really good day on Thursday, and then had a nice open on Friday, and then kind of fizzled out. Not really sure if that was the company side. I don't know, hard to tell what was going on with that, but this thing could rebound. They had some really good news. Really good news on Thursday. Had the pullback on Friday with a little bit less volume. So this is something I would keep an eye on. When this thing ran up to 75 on Friday, I took the majority of my position off. And may add if this thing gets a little bit lower. I just want to see how this thing behaves. This, in no means to me, is a long-term hold. I really have no interest in holding this long, but decent share structure, and with the news and the run that it had on Thursday, this thing can definitely get to moving, especially if we get up here to the 70 area, high 60s, and break that area. This thing can really get to moving if it holds that area, and might take the next leg up. So this is one that I'm definitely keeping an eye on. And then the other one was Masterbeat Corp, MSTO. This thing had a huge day on Friday, up 63%, closed at 0.0036. I can take a look at the chart here. It had a really strong day, and I mean, this thing ran all the way up to what, 48, I believe, 0.0048. Closed at 0.0036. Closed right at some resistance levels here. Looks like it looks like this could become a little bit of a problem if it pulls back a little bit tomorrow. This is definitely something I'd be watching out for. This is definitely one, again, just like BNOW, I have absolutely no interest in holding this thing long term. And really, I have no interest in swinging these. This and BNOW and MSTO, these are ones that I'd be trading. Short swings, very short swings, or day trades on these. But they have the ability to move. Both have decent share structures. In fact, we look at Masterbeat's share structure. I mean, it only has it has under $1 billion in the float, so definitely can move. And if we look at BNOW, this one as well has a very good share structure. In fact, a little bit less than MSTO, has about 726 million in the float. So both good share structures, and both with good news. I would implore you to take a look at these. You may have a different view than I do in holding these a little longer. Personally, I have no interest in holding these long, but I definitely will be keeping an eye on these all week for trades. So I definitely like these two. One that I want to take a look at, we've talked about a few times. This is Golden Gemstone Mining, GGSM. Another one with a decent share structure, about $1 billion in the float. Actually, only have about 700 million at the DTC. Closed at 0.00325, so it was down slightly. But I really like this one. We'll take a look at the 6-month chart. Right here at the levels we traded at late October, early November, late October. I think this thing can really move. I mean, if you look, if we get past these 55 area, I think this thing can have a breakout. So keep an eye on this thing. If we get some volume in GGSM, it's in the right sector, good share structure. Had some consolidation late last week. This is definitely one I'll be watching closely. Now, this one here, this is my favorite OTC going forward for probably the next month or so. This is one I would definitely consider holding long. This is definitely one I'm considering for longer swings, feel more confident with something like this to really make a really strong move. This is DUTV. You can see we've already embarked on the new highs, so we had a really nice pullback on Friday, almost down to 92 was the low trade on Friday, so got myself some 95s, and I may be, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, but we'll see the price action. But if we get some volume in here, I may be even adding some more to my position of DUTV tomorrow or Tuesday. I think a big breakout's in this thing. Do some research, good leadership, and I believe that the companies that are going to be brought in here are very pertinent to what's going on now. We're going to be running into a lot of food shortages and things of that nature. I'm not sure exactly how these guys could really help with that, but being that they will be in the agricultural area as well too, among some other things with their easy automation and different companies that this guy may be bringing in. Once we get news of what they're bringing in, we'll have a lot better idea what this can do. But I've said this from the beginning, I can easily see this thing trading 3, 4, even 5 cents. I really like DUTV. And I think right now is a good area to buy it. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. Always do your homework. Always do your research. Do your due diligence on any stock that is presented on this channel. And I mean, basically, I'm giving you my opinion. And right now, my opinion is this is probably one of the best OTCs right now. I really like DUTV. Another one I have a very similar sentiment with is Industrial Nanotech, INTK. This is another one that I really think has a solid company. Really nice area on the chart. I mean, we were telling you the good area about the 260, 270 area last week when we were talking about this. It was the 250s, 260s. I still feel the same way, even above 3. I like I said last week, I think we can definitely get close to those 4s. We should be able to break these 5s eventually. Don't know how quickly that happens, but this would be something I have no qualms about holding longer term. I feel the same way about the next stock. I know we're kind of beating the dead horse talking about the same plays, but you know, I want to stick with what I have confidence in, and I do like CYBL. We're flagging here. We're at the penny-and-a-half range, and I see no problem getting to these high 2s. I really don't. So we got that 700 million share reduction coming up in due time. It should be within the next week or so. More news. These guys have basically come through on everything they've said they are. So they're reliable, trustworthy. Again, not the greatest share structure, but sometimes you gotta give and take with some of these. And this is one I'll definitely take the higher share structure for what these guys are putting out and how these guys have performed so far. So until they change my mind as far as not trusting the leadership, I'm going to ride with these guys. Love CYBL. And one that we've talked about quite a bit, had a great day on Friday, TSPG. Take a look at this one, up 32% to 0.0073. This is another one with a decent share structure. If it keeps the volume, it can go. If it doesn't, it's not going to do much unless it gets a little more volume than this. Almost 7 million in volume. Again, had news, a deal with Advent Galaxy. And you can go right here and they enter the metaverse and they go to the Advent Mega Mall. Obviously, we know I believe it's in the Yucatan Peninsula, they have that Advent City, that smart city that they're part of building. So this is one to watch. I think this one might have a little juice going forward. So definitely like TSPG. We could take a look at the share structure. I know they have well under $1 billion in the float. So definitely something to look after. This is a company I've liked for quite some time, and would definitely think about. Upset that I missed those 50s, but what are you gonna do? You can't catch them all. So, but this is definitely one I'll be watching going into next week. And again, as we sit, this is my favorite one going forward. I'd like DUTV, INTK, and CYBL are my 3 favorites. One more to watch. Infrac System, IFXY. This one, they have news coming out next week at 44 million in volume. This is one I liked before. If we take a look back when this thing had this pop, this is right where we were looking at it, and it had a major pullback because of all that BS with Carol Cooley with the was it FBCD or whatever one it was, just dropping the ball with that. As far as I'm concerned, I could care less. Cooley, I'm indifferent on him. Make me trust you, because right now I could give a crap anything you say. So I want to see what company comes in here. They're saying it's got a company that supersedes the revenue, supersede the market cap. So that should be interesting to see if that's the case. And we'll see. This is definitely one, though, to keep an eye on. I have no position right now. I was actually thinking of taking a position Friday. Saw some heavy offers come in at the 53 and 52 area, so I decided, you know what, I'll step back and see how this thing plays out on Monday. If we get a decent pullback, I may be entering just for the news, and then see what the news is, see what the merger is, and then we can take it from there. That's how I'd look at this one, but. Again, no position, but I would definitely keep an eye on it. And again, I know I keep beating a dead horse, but this has been one of my favorite OTCs in a while. I just got a feeling about this one. I really, really like this play. So, I don't know. It looks like the OTC and small caps are, they're picking up some steam, picking up some volume, being insulated in the OTC, being insulated from the majority of the complete unfortunate events going on in this clown show we call planet Earth. I think we still will see, regardless of what happens, we should see some good action here in the OTC. I think when there's a lot of uncertainty out there, people come flooding to the OTC. We still have a lot of problems. We still have a lot of things going on. In fact, I read an article just today stating that India will be buying discounted Russian oil, and they will be possibly negotiating using the Chinese currency to get that done. We saw an article not too long ago, just last week, of Saudi Arabia and China working out the same deal. So it looks like the world's moving away from the petrodollar. So there's a lot of underlying commotions going on. I think we're pretty safe with that in the OTC, but I'd be looking at gold and silver plays more than anything right now. I really like, and I like physical silver too. Really like physical silver right now. I think that's a nice hedge to have in case we wake up one morning and we find out the dollar is not the reserve currency anymore. So just be careful with that. I will have a video sometime this week. It's going to be on some underappreciated plays that are simply waiting for updates. A lot of these plays, you want to know what a lot of them are, go take a look at Joe Kaz. He's got a lot of those plays that he's been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks and a few months. A lot of those are the plays that I've been eyeballing because he has a point with these plays. They're great share structures, and I'm going to put a few together here that I want you guys to take a look at for the next few weeks. And when these things get news, you saw with WDRP, he was talking about this stock, and all of a sudden from the low 20s, this thing ran to, 170, 180. I mean, you're talking 400 or 500, 600% on a move. Some of these you can be positioned, even if it's a small position, be positioned in these before it takes off. So there's a couple that I'm looking at, and I will put a video together on those. Other than that, there's really not much else I got for you. As always, remember, this is a business that should be treated as such every day, all day, any day. This should be treated as a business. You always have to devise a plan with strict rules, stick to those rules, always be open to learn, always be open to get better, use mistakes to grow, and only rely on your own skills to succeed. Be a professional. As always, be a professional. Let's get that money, traders.